Hi, I'm Steve Cuevas of Shake True Hoops. This is Homework Hoops, a show that will allow you to become a better basketball player. In order to excel at the game at high levels, you need to master the changes of direction in ball handling. Essential to that are crossover, through the legs, around the back, head and shoulders fake, and spin. All of those are necessary to excel at the highest levels. We've got some guys working on that stuff. We're gonna check it out. Ball handling at Shake True Hoops. Good job. Let's really sell that shot fake, okay? Hi. We're here in Homework Hoops checking out post moves. That's what's going on in this drill. And it's important for us to be able to play with our back to the basket. Ryan and Maddie here are in the post, and they have their guard post entry person, Jada. She's responsible to pass the ball into the big people close to the basket. Before we talk about post stuff, it's probably a good idea if we figure out what the post is and what our moves are in the post. The post is the key area. The paint, also, back in the day, they called this the pivot. It's close to the basket, so you're likely to shoot a higher percentage close to the basket, but at the same time, you're likely to encounter defense. So there are a few things that we want to learn. When we start in the post, there are essentially 4 fundamental rules. Nominally, first, the turnaround. So as I have my back to the basket, I want to catch, turn, face the basket, execute the shot. We're going to take a break, girls, while I go over these 4 options. So we had the 4 post moves. I'm gonna catch it, turn. I'm bigger than they are, so Ryan, come on over here. If Ryan were defending me, and she's already getting bigger by holding the ball in place, I still have a height advantage on her. So I don't have to do much but execute that height advantage. That's a simple turnaround. Should she be bigger, and I do that once to success, she's going to anticipate the same thing. So I want to look at the next progression off that move, the up and under. I sell the fake, and then I step around the defense and find another way to deliver the shot. That's the up and under, able to be done going to the baseline as I just showed, or going to the middle and then stepping up and doing the move. Our next move, again, I have a defender behind me. I've done the up and under, I've done the turnaround. We got 2 left. This is called the drop step, and usually used against a player that is smaller than I am. I'm gonna drop my closest leg to the basket, straight behind me, execute a dribble, turn, and shoot. The dropping of the leg and the turning usually pushes defense out of the way, allowing an unimpeded path to the basket. That's the drop step. Again, a move I should be able to do either way, left or right, to the baseline or to the middle. This leads us to our last and my favorite personal shot, the hook shot. It is the shot that, if developed well, is virtually unstoppable, but very hard to execute at the same time. So I want to lean one way, bring the ball away from my body, and execute a flick at the apex of my height. So for this one, Ryan can go back there and I can demonstrate the hook. And it's important that I try to be able to do it with both hands. So I might lean this way and then execute the hook with my left hand. Those are the 4 basic post moves, moves with our back to the basket. And if we get good at those, we also end up getting fouled a lot, and we can really affect the game at the foul line as well as in the paint. Good stuff to learn, and we're gonna let those guys get back at it and get into the drill. Let's go. Okay, in this drill, we've got some great stuff going on. We've got a 3-man drill, 3-person drill, 2 post players, and a guard who is responsible for delivering a good pass into the post. What I'm seeing is a lot of great habits happening. We've got a guard who is conscientious about moving from spot to spot, protecting the ball, and giving good passes that can be caught. Essential to her success is after passing, she's gonna move and change her location so defense is caught unawares. Important in success in the post is that we always catch with 2 hands and that we secure the ball and protect it before turning and facing the basket. That way, we don't lose the ball to defenders.
During a post move, it's really important that you keep the ball over your head so it's harder for your defender to slap it out of your hands.
While you're down low, you really want to work on the 3 C's. Catch, chin, and check, so that you know where your defender is and you can read them.
And when you're the guard, you want to make sure that you're explosive and fast. When you're passing, you want to make sure that you do a fake so that you have a clear pass. And some fakes and passes would be the up-high fake and the down-low pass, or the down-low fake and up-high pass.
As he catches, he's going to rip the ball in the direction that it was going. So it came from there, it's going this way, he's gonna catch and continue that motion below his knees. Then his dribble's gonna be a penetrating dribble to here. And from here, he's gonna kick that ball to that guy. As soon as the ball leaves his hands, he's cutting backdoor. Ready to set a screen for Sam. But you're not gonna set the screen right away, we're waiting for the action. So once you cut, you can hang out here. Make sure you keep your feet out of the key because you're in a 3-second violation, okay? So go ahead, rip hard, 1 dribble, kick, cut, rip hard, 1 dribble, kick, follow your pass, go to the basket hard. And now the ball goes back out. Christian's followed his pass. It goes back out, you're up there. It gets swung the other way off a rip and a dribble. Cut. Go, follow your pass, you're on the strong side. Follow your pass, go to the basket. Try not to hang out of bounds. Get it back to him. Cut back out, rip hard, 1 dribble. Cut. Follow your pass. Follow your pass. Kick it back out. Swing. Okay, good. I'm seeing some good stuff. There's some stuff we need to work on also. Let's get the ball back in the corner, and we're back in our spots. This is important. You guys already cut down from last time. You're pinned down here. So the 2 of you, Christian and Leo, you're pinned down. And by pinned down, that's another term for setting a screen. There are up screens, down screens, cross screens. This one is a down screen. That's why I'm saying we're going to pin down. In this situation, you're swinging the ball over here. And as he makes a dribble penetration, don't move yet. If I'm a defender and I'm defending this guy. By team defense and rules, I've been taught to probably be here. But if I haven't had all that experience of team defense and rules teaching, I'm probably hugging this guy, and he wants me to keep on hugging him. So he's not gonna inch out as he was doing. For some reason, these guys are moving. They shouldn't move at all. He's got me at a disadvantage. My body is solidly in front of this guy's body. So if this guy's destination is there, I have to negotiate around this body. That takes time. That's the advantage this guy gets by using the screen correctly. So as that dribble penetration happens, Christian uses the screen, I run into it, and he's open. We call that a straight rub off the screen. And usually the result of that is gonna be a catch and shoot opportunity anywhere from, Leo, can you come back here? Give the ball back to Jackson. Christian, come on down here. His open path starts here. He's open now. If he gets the ball now, this guy's in between me and him. A common mistake for most kids learning to use screens is they think their destination is there when they could catch it here. That's a big mistake that we overlook. We're not concerned with that spot if we can get a closer basket here. So as you take that, he checks out what I'm doing. As you take your dribble in, he pops out. He may be open right there for that same catch and shoot that he was planning to get out there. This one is a higher percentage catch and shoot. And at your level, defense is going to be like a magnet. So if I'm the defense and I haven't trained for this situation, I'm going to run into this guy every time. Every time. I know he's an obstacle, I'm still gonna run into him, and then I'm gonna try to negotiate. I do that all the time. Got it. So I don't want to run into this contact guy. I don't want to, but I'm going to because I haven't trained to anticipate. And that's why we're here, to learn that kind of information so that we can recognize what's coming. So he just got an open jump shot 8 feet from the basket. We hope he can make it, but thousands of us miss this shot. So you know, at a good situation, you just pass, you're going in for a rebound. Okay, in this situation, we're not gonna shoot the ball. We're gonna have you catch it out there. And Leo is your partner. I just ran off the screen here. I ran into Leo and I'm hooked up against him. My job is not over. I think I still have to hustle to get back to him out there. As I do that, Leo's partner probably understands I was hooked up, so he's also helping. So attention is not on Leo. Leo flies out to the corner. I'm on a closeout. You kick it out to him. And now, most team defenses always like to send the opponent to the baseline. Now, what I mean by that, this is the baseline. If I'm a defender on most teams, my coach will instruct in this situation, which is called a closeout. I'm trying to reduce the amount of space between myself and the guy I'm supposed to be covering, and it's a difficult situation in basketball. It happens all the time. Closing out on the ball is the toughest thing defensively to deal with. So I'm facing a closeout. My coaches usually tell me, take away the middle, close out to angle him to go to the baseline. Now that seems like simple information, but it's hard to execute. So as I come out, I understand not to give him this path, which gives him that path. That's a direct path to the basket. I hate to do that because it's against all of my better instincts as a basketball player. So what I need to do is take this away, and then as he goes, I have to anticipate and try to take this away. Most of the time, I am going to fail. So this guy's gonna get a layup. Offensively, if we learn to swing the ball quickly, then at the end of the swing, 90% of the time, you're going to run into a closeout sending you to the baseline. Please take that closeout. Go baseline and be ready to pull up, shoot a jump shot, pull up, shoot a floater, or a runner from here. The reason you'll want the floater, runner, and jump shot is because maybe you might encounter a great team, in which case, if the ball is swung, this guy here, who was on the guy at the beginning of the swing, is gonna run to here and take this away. But he can't run that far. So if you got a pull-up jump shot, you're gravy. You got a lot of baskets ahead of you. If you've got a floater, things are good for you. If you've got a runner, things are good for you. If you don't have that, then you might want to think about shooting the three or passing the ball, because you're not going to get a layup. But if you have all of those things and you do well on understanding, as soon as I get the swing, I'm going to rip and go baseline, you will get layups against bad defense. And you will encounter bad defense in every game you play from here until you're 22 at least. There's somebody on the floor who you're playing against who's going to play bad defense. It might not be the guy who's covering you, but somewhere there's bad defense on the floor. So you want to take advantage of that, okay? So we're going to try to move the ball quickly, do this drill, and you guys are going to go down there and do the same thing, okay? Here are the offensive moments that I'm looking for. I want to catch, rip, be able to hit that jump shot, and that's a small ball, so that's why I missed that. That's my built-in excuse. I want to be able to rip, so I want to catch from him. Ball, catch from him, rip, go baseline, be able to pump and put it off the glass. I want that floater, which is going to be something like this. And you probably want to follow through on your floater, so your wrist actually completes the floating shooting motion. And the runner is going to be something like this. Okay? So those are all the finishes you want to get on top of, and we're going to practice them right now. I want to be a great player. I got to take my body seriously. I got to understand what movements I'm going to do, and I got to practice those incessantly, because I'm going to have to use those same body motions in a multitude of situations in games. In order to understand my body perfectly, I want to talk to a specialist. Our specialist is Darren Vera from Skills Movement. Darren?
Thanks, Shake. Most people know that in order to be a successful basketball player, you got to work on your basketball-specific skills. You got to develop your body in a way that's going to make you successful on the court. What most people forget about is that you got to prepare the joints so that you have longevity long after you're done playing basketball, and so that you minimize your chance of injury on the court. I'm going to focus on a joint preparation series for the knees, because the knees is an area that a lot of basketball players tend to suffer from. We're going to get into 5 exercises to prepare the knee joint for longevity. The first exercise is called the skier. You're going to do 5 per side. The object here is to keep the feet flat on the ground, facing forward. You're going to squat down and rotate your body as much as you can. Squat down, turn to the other side. Rotate your body as much as you can. You should feel a twisting force on the knee joint, and you might feel it on the ankle joint as well. Again, 5 reps per side, 3 sets should be good. Thanks. Okay, the next movement, inside squats for the medial aspect of the knee. You're going to stand a little bit wider than shoulder width apart. Roll onto the inside of the feet. and squat down with your knees coming together as far as you can until you feel a little bit of pressure just on the inside of the knee, and stand back up. 5 reps, 3 sets, should be good. Nice job. Okay, the next movement is outside squats for the outsides of the knees. For this one, you're going to start sitting on the floor in a cross-leg posture. You're going to keep the pressure on the outside of the ankle and stand up. Keeping the legs crossed, you're going to control it and return back to the floor. Switch your legs. Same thing. And control it back to the floor. You can do 5 reps per side and 3 sets, and that should be good. Okay, the next movement is a natural knee extension for the quadriceps in the front of the knees. So for this one, you're going to kneel down. You could use a mat if it's helpful to take some pressure off the knees. You're going to keep the knees about shoulder width apart or hip width apart. Keep the torso completely vertical. Keep the hips open, so don't fold at the hips at all. And you're going to gradually lean back. I'll demonstrate first. And pull yourself forward in that position. The ideal goal is to get your head all the way to the floor. But at the beginning, you can go back to about a 45-degree angle until you develop the strength to go a little bit further. So we'll do 5 reps. Nice job. That's 3, 2 more. And last one. Nice job. So 5 reps, 3 sets should be good. Okay, the last movement in the series is a natural leg curl. It's for the hamstrings, the muscles at the back of the leg and just above the knee. These muscles are extremely important to develop to avoid knee injuries, to keep the knees healthy, and also helps you develop your jumping and explosive power. You're going to need a partner for this drill. You start kneeling down on the mat. Your partner's going to be positioned behind you, holding your ankles down. Okay, so they're going to have to put some weight just above your Achilles tendon to hold your ankles down. You can start with your knees about hip width or shoulder width apart. You're going to start with a slight lean forward with the torso until you feel some tension in the hamstrings, just some mild tension. And then you're going to lower the forehead to the mat and come back up under control. 5 reps. Once you get stronger and you can make it more challenging, you can take the chin to the floor. And once that becomes easy, you can take the chest to the floor. Okay, 3 sets, 5 reps should be plenty to develop your hamstring muscles.
Thanks, Darren. Basketball is going to have injuries. Joint preparation is essential to success. We want to see you next time. Shake Tree Hoops, Homework Hoops. Are you as good as you can be?
I was born from the bottom, raised to the top.